serious? Are you serious? Welcome to another great broadcast today. Wow, have we got some incredible information. But you know what? People are getting desperate out there. We don't know what really is the truth. And who's behind it all? And oh, by the way, how many more games are they going to play on us? How much more manipulation is going to happen? Food, is it real? Is it GMO? Is it hydroponics? What's that? And what about always we got a recall? Every time I turn around, there's a recall. And right now, folks, I can tell you, we just had another recall. Just be careful out there. If you're buying a green chili, shredded chicken with cauliflower, a stir fry, frozen, I don't care what brand it is, just don't buy it. Look, it's got plastic in it. And such small plastic, people are cooking it, frying it up, stirring, they're eating it. They don't even know they're eating plastic. And they're getting sick and bloated, and it's just getting horrible. And so we got to deal with that. And also, we got some woman she said she wanted some organic cucumbers, so she jumped off of the ride at Disney at the Epcot Center. The ride's called Living with the Land. She jumped off of it while I was going, and she picked a bunch of cucumbers and got back on, which I guess she's going to prison. I don't think she gets to keep the cucumbers, and I don't even know if they're real. Let's get Ronnie McMullen in here from GetTheT.com. Ronnie, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Paul?
I'm doing fine. What do you think? Is the woman, they're getting desperate out there for something real, that they're willing to jump off a roller coaster or whatever they need to get off of? What's going on, Ronnie?
I don't know. People are losing their cool. I mean, that's a lot of whatever to get a cucumber. You can't go to the grocery store and buy an organic cucumber. I mean, and it's not that bad. I mean, it might be $1.50, so it's not going to break you. But I guess doing prison time is a better way to go, a little more. I don't know.
I don't think the food in prison is going to be organic either.
I'm not thinking that. I think it's GMO full.
Yeah, so it's not a really good choice there. Ronnie, also the recalls, that's another serious problem in this country and around the world, really, is every time we turn around, there's another recall, there's another poison, there's another salmonella. Here we go again with, botulism or whatever else is in the stuff. I mean, what's going on, Ronnie? Can't we ever get it together?
Well, if you're going to manipulate the food, things are going to happen. End of story. If you're going to manipulate the weather, things are going to happen. If you're going to manipulate the finances, things are going to happen. So I think it's the whole key is manipulation. We need to toss that on its can.
Yeah, really, we really do. And I think that's what's been happening. Folks, the GMO is certainly affecting us with everything we eat, the toxins. All of this stuff is really, really very concerning. It's affecting our health. And Ronnie told me a long time ago, he said, Paul, you need to start intermittent fasting. And it took me a while to get there. But once I did, I realized just how much better I feel, the weight I'm losing, and I'm no longer a diabetic. I mean, that right now is the biggest news I can say. And Ronnie, the reason you say that, tell us why, because, and we're going to talk about the tea, because I know the tea is one way to flush that colon and get those toxins out. No doubt about it. But does intermittent fasting help in that also?
Intermittent fasting, what's really awesome is it resets the body. So it starves the body of what, of really all the bad stuff that we've gotten used to. A lot of us are addicted to sugars or we're addicted to certain things. Lots of caffeine's not good for you. And so we get addicted to these things. And of course, the companies are not helping us. The Frito company puts in chemicals that makes us addicted to the product. The body doesn't even recognize the product as a food, so it's always hungry. This is why you eat a bag of chips. So by going to intermittent fasting, you actually relieve the body of all the stress, and you actually cleanse the body because there's nothing else in there coming in. So you're getting rid of everything that's in the body, and the cells reset. So they're like, okay, it's not a negative thing. What do? We do the positive thing. When we're not, it's kind of like, how do you walk? You walk normal. But if somebody is walking next to you, hitting you, what are you doing? You're like ducking, and you don't have a normal walk. And GMOs, just look at GMOs and bad air and bad water as somebody hitting your body all the time. And you're supposed to do well with this? No, you're not going to do well with this. And I'm putting it in simple terms so people kind of get the analogy and understand. So it's really important for our body to reset. Even with supplements, your body starts getting used to the supplements. I always tell people, take a couple days off. And if you're a diabetic, then I would say, and you're taking takedown, maybe don't take a couple of days off with that. But on other things, take a couple of days off. Your body resets, comes back, and that supplement is like working stronger. It's not, but the body resets, so the body accepts it stronger. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. And if you look at our world, people don't eat right. And what I mean by that is they don't eat normal meals. They just run, they're on the go, grab and go, fast food, whatever that is they throw at you. Part of it is the structure of life. I mean, you think about all the truck drivers out there and, people delivering stuff and working in different offices or whatever environments and they just don't have, they're rushed. And they just don't have. Is that all playing into this, the environment of our world?
Environment plays everything when it comes to our body and our health. If you sit and watch TV and eat Fritos, or you take a walk out into a forest, the forest is going to keep you clean of cancer. And eating the Doritos and sitting on the couch watching TV is probably going to help you get cancer. Environment plays a huge role. If you're around a bunch of people that are negative and they hate everything and they're plotting and everything else, your body's going to be a part of that. If you're hanging around a bunch of people that are happy and they just want to do things for people and they're laughing and having a great time, your body's going to kind of connect with that. So it's like who you hang out with is what you become. And for those that seek the divine, your body's going to connect with that. So this is why when people really connect with the divine, even with Dr. Joe Dispenza, which is a chiropractor turned neurologist, and he's having people healed, completely healed. I mean, completely level healed. Like roll into the meeting in a wheelchair and walk out walking.
Yeah, divine intervention. I mean,
completely. And
miracles.
And he's like going, okay, I want the science behind it, but he knows. In fact, the people that email him say things like, I couldn't believe the love before this happened. I was in meditation. I was just sitting there thinking and blanking my mind out just to be a part. And all of a sudden this light and this love came. And the next thing you know, their brain is just having like this huge, oh my gosh moment, and they're healed.
Wow.
People with tumors, gone. Cancer, gone.
Praise God.
So this is something where environment plays everything, and what we think plays everything. So this is why we have the placebo effect, and the pharmaceutical companies can't beat the placebo. They cannot beat it because it's what we think is important. So they and them that run this world, that do all the dastardly deeds, they said, hey, I got an idea. Let's train these people to think differently. Let's train them to fear. Let's train them to not be able to do things. Let's take away their power, and they won't even know that we took away their power. And let's see what happens to them now. And guess what? We all got sick.
So what you're saying is part of this world of sickness is being orchestrated by the powers that be. Globally yes. Now. It's globally, isn't it?
It's global.
Is it to keep people down, keep people depressed, keep them sick, keep them under control? What is the process? Why?
The last one you said, keep people under control. If you look at China have great people. and what's really sad is, and you know, a lot of people think I'm on a Chinese kick, but oh well, you'll get over it. So Chinese people are wonderful people, just like the American people are wonderful people, just like the Russian people are wonderful people. Absolutely. They all love. You go to a regular Chinese place in China and say something about Americans, and they always, they love, and they want to come. They want to come because why? They're oppressed. They're oppressed, and everybody on the top levels in China are rich and they in control, and they push people down, and they make these rules that you can never get ahead. Well, guess what we're going to become? That's what America's becoming. It's the mirror will be China. So you'll work for the government and make a little bit of money, or you'll work for yourself and make no money. And this is where we're headed. The same thing with Russia. Russia has the same ideas going on. So this is becoming worldwide. And how they're going to do it? Let's collapse the economy.
And it really does seem like we're seeing it in the European Union also. Folks, This is Ronnie McMullen from GetTheT.com. GetTheT.com. You can call, you should go to his website and look at all the different products he has and the benefits that it is to your body and your health. You could call him at 928-308-0408. That's 928-308-0408. And find out about all the products that he has, because I tell you, your health I can't stress it enough. The most important thing besides your spiritual life is your physical body. As a matter of fact, your body, mind, and soul needs to be in unison together. And it's just incredible to me, the work you've done on this area, Ronnie. I was just talking.
And I've got a special that I'm going to do at the end of this broadcast. I've got a special that'll knock people's socks off.
Okay, so you're already on your site running this special.
Yes.
Super Tea, Strength, and Olive Leaf. But you're going to take it past another level? You're going to go another level at the end?
I'm going different, man. I'm going to go another level.
Okay, so hang on, folks. We'll find out what that is in a minute. But the reason you made the Super Strength Tea, I think, is because you really wanted to take it to another level, if you will, for lack of a better word, to help us. Why is this different than your normal tea? Why is this Super Strength?
The Super Strength tea has got many different herbs in it. It's really an herbal tea. The tea is just something to kind of grasp and use something, a name call, you might say. There is tea in it, very little. So people go, so it's caffeinated. No, it is not caffeinated. Very little, very, very, very microscopic caffeination. So it's basically, it's an herbal tea. And this herbal tea goes to work on your gut, goes to work on your colon, goes to work on your intestines, goes to work on everything inside you to cleanse you of all the toxic yuck. And we have a lot of it right now because of what we're being fed. You know, it's kind of like if your dog goes and eats something in the backyard, what happens to them? They get sick.
Yeah.
So the tea helps you get rid of that stuff that's inside of you. And it's important because right now things are going to change. I've been telling everybody and warning everybody, a storm's coming. Buckle up.
And you know what? And Ronnie, you're right, because I just got a notification today that some supplement companies are no longer going to be having products available. I'm already getting word that some products will be no longer available. Nobody can explain why they're being removed, where they're going, but it seems like there's an assault on supplement companies and companies like yours, I think, to help people get a better health naturally.
Well, they won't. The thing is, supplements have been around for a very long time, longer than pharmaceuticals. In fact, we were talking about China. If you look at China and their practices, they use herbs all the time for healing. That's what they use. So they know the power behind it. We in the U.S., we surpassed and went past that because we put petroleum in our products due to Mr. Rockefeller in the late 20s. So when you have a synthesized product, and it might have a little bit of an herb in it, but it's mostly other stuff and, of course, petroleum. So, you know, if you have a little bit of petroleum every day, you're slowly going to get killed. It's just the way it is. And if you don't believe me, look at plants. Plants go forever and ever, but when you feed them the wrong stuff, doesn't work very well. And so we're in a place where we need to fight back, and we need to fight back by getting healthy. And just so you know, when your body and your digestive tract's not doing well, guess what you would never believe is not going to do well? Your brain.
Your brain. Absolutely, your brain will.
And there's actually an interesting thing too, and I thought this was interesting. I've been doing a little work, and I'll expand on this on another show. But there's some work that I did on eyes. The eyes, actually, they just found out, they just had some studies done where the eyes are connected to the brain, and it's really not about eyesight. So in other words, when you lose your eyesight, it's actually your brain deteriorating.
Yeah.
So if you feed your brain, your eyes get better.
That's actually what I was just told, matter of fact, over the weekend, and my final assessment after all my treatments was the problems I'm having with my eyes are not the eyes, it's the brain. It's the area of the brain that controls the vision.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's exactly right, and it's
and you've got to feed the brain the certain herbs so that the brain starts talking back to the eyes, and the eyes basically start working better because they're being told by the brain is the control center.
Right.
That's it. So you take care of the brain, and how do you take care of the brain? You eat right.
Yep.
When you're eating all this junk, you're done like a dinner. And they know that. And again, watch the words. And they know that because they produce them.
It's kind of like it's the New World Order trying to get control of us by limiting the food we can have, because I'm noticing the shelves are getting more and more thinner in selection, and the prices are going higher.
Yep.
And the accessibility is getting harder. So this isn't a good. And then the product you get isn't real. This is the problem, Ronnie. I mean, am I right? Is this being done purposely?
Yes, and think about this: the days of Hitler. This is exactly, we're doing a repeat.
What?
Look what happened in the days of Hitler. Something happened in America when something was happening in Germany. And what was it in America that was taking place? 1929, the stock market crash, and the Depression. So it's all going to start, it's all, as the Joker would say in Batman, it's all part of the plan. So we have to be vigilant and be able to do and combat this by, and I always tell people, I go, I've got a warehouse full of supplements. What good is those supplements in the warehouse? They're not helping anybody in the warehouse. So if you put them in your cabinet and then all of a sudden you start taking them, guess what? And let's talk about olive leaf for a second, because I've got a special we're going to talk about.
All right.
So olive leaf and tea is on special, but olive leaf, I mean, those olive trees have been around for thousands of years. Can you imagine? Thousands of years. I mean, some of them are 2,000 years old, one tree. So you can talk about basically the DNA of that tree. So if we're taking the extract, which comes from olive trees, it's great for the immune system. It's great for your cholesterol, triglycerides, and it does wonderful things. Even works a little bit on your blood sugars. So let's talk about the special. Get that going.
All right.
So here it is. The special is if you spend $65 at my store at getthetea.com, $65, I'm going to give you, the word is give you a bottle of olive leaf extract.
Wow.
And I'm going to give you free shipping. But this is only good for 2 weeks.
Okay.
You got to put Pastor Paul, okay? You got to put Paul in the coupon code, hit apply, and then you'll be ready to go. You get a free bottle. That bottle that Pastor Paul is holding on to is yours for free, plus free shipping. You just got to spend $65 at the store. So you get what you want. You can get a couple teas, you can get this, you can get that, whatever you want to get. And you're going to get free olive leaf.
So what would really be a smart thing to do, folks, is get two packs of tea. Then let Ronnie give you the bottle of the olive leaf, and he'll pay for the shipping. And this is a good move. I think it's a real good move, right, Ronnie?
Absolutely. You can't get anything that's free and good is a good move. It's only good for 2 weeks, though.
Yeah, only got 2 weeks, and you got Minerals Plus in there. This is a new this product here. Tell us about this one.
Well, Minerals Plus got trace minerals. It's got vitamin E, D3. It's got all kinds of good stuff in there. And what's really cool, I want to make a statement here. If you're a diabetic, you really need this bottle of Minerals Plus, because when you're a diabetic, you get depleted of minerals. So your minerals go down. So drink a lot of water, take Minerals Plus, take the tea. Keep yourself hydrated right now. And of course, in a lot of areas, it's hot. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water, because if you don't, you find yourself dizzy and weak. A lot of that could be just need some water. So keep your water. You should be drinking about 8 to 16 ounce glasses a day. Most people drink 2 or 3.
That's really true. Folks, Ronnie McMullen's with us. GetTheT.com. GetTheT.com. You could call right now and place an order. The number to call is 928-308-0408. That's 928-308-0408. And his tea is no caffeine, non-GMO, give more energy. It's been specially designed to help cleanse the colon, to keep the toxins out, to keep you moving. I mean, that's really it, isn't it, Ronnie?
Absolutely. And here's the wonderful thing about my products. They work. Oh my gosh, what a thought. They work.
I mean, you can't say that about a lot of stuff out there, even that's being prescribed to people, because they keep saying, well, this isn't going to cure you, but you just have to keep coming back. Guess what? You're going to be on this the rest of your life. Anytime someone says that to you, it's a little nerve-wracking to hear, this is the way it's going to be the rest of your life. I don't like that.
Well, I call it residual income.
No, for them, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not for us. No, not for us. But for them, residual income. And we have to get off of that gravy train. We have to say, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do something different. And intermediate fasting will help you with so many things. And by the way, it's like putting a supercharger on everything you buy from my store. If you're intermediate fasting, it's like a supercharger on all my products. It doesn't matter what product you're taking.
So you're saying that, so since I've been doing this intermittent fasting, the supplements are actually helping me like almost double? Because
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Because when your body resets, it's ready to go. It's like a feed me. Feed me, Seymour, feed me. And guess what? You feed those supplements, it's like a supercharger. They're like, oh my gosh, this goes. So it's a win-win situation. Oh, and don't forget, if you're intermediate fasting, you're saving money. You don't need as much food.
That's right. You really
Seriously.
And you're not as hungry. That's another benefit here. You're not as
yes, correct. And only people that's done it understand it.
Yeah.
Because most people go, oh, I could never do that because I'm going to starve to death. And you don't. You really don't. You actually adjust your digestion. You adjust yourself to where you feel better. And yes, you get hungry, but you get hungry at the time that you're supposed to eat.
Right.
So that's not that bad.
No.
You're like, I'm ready to eat. What time is it? Oh, I got 15 minutes and then I can eat. Great. No big deal.
No, you're not like feigning and starving and trying to wolf it down. You just say, and then when you do eat, you don't eat as much because your body is adjusting to a lower amounts of food intake, and you actually get more energy. I know that sounds crazy to some of you, but you actually get more energy. I think it's because your body's actually operating off a more natural energy source, instead of trying to, it's sort of like, I guess, putting wrong oil in an engine. I mean, is that right, Ronnie?
Yeah, exactly. So you want to, and try to go as far as you can. You start off with 10 hours, 12 hours. Never use the word I can't. Just say I can. I mean, I did a 96-hour fast. You would think, oh, you can't do it. You can. Can you do a 96-hour fast right away? No. But you start off with 10 hours, you go to 12, you go to 14, you go to 16 or 18, do a 24, get a 24 under your belt. And the next thing you know, you go, wow, I just did a 24. And then you can find the second time you do a 24, you're like, that was easy. And it's just like a workout. When you work out, you don't just go lift 300 pounds and put it in your hands. No way. You work up to that. So you start with 5 pounds, then 10, then 15, and you work up over time. Same thing with fasting. And you'll watch your body change. And let me tell you something, what it does mentally to lose weight is mind-blowing. That alone is worth everything.
you overcome certain barriers, folks. You can overcome certain barriers, and once you get past those barriers, sort of like a marathon runner or a weightlifter, it's just like once you get past that line, then all of a sudden, sky's the limit. You're starting to see, you're starting to feel it, you're motivated, you're starting to believe, and belief is huge. Folks, call Ronnie McMullen, go to getthet.com, that's www.getthet.com. The phone number, 928-308-0408. Don't be jumping off a ride at Disney World. I mean, you don't have to do that. You don't have to go. You don't have to go skydiving or running through somebody's tomato patch, stealing stuff. You can just get. You know what I'm saying? There's a better way to go about this, Ronnie. I mean, be a smarter shopper, right?
Absolutely. I'm, and anything from Disney is kind of scary anyway. So, I'm just like, I don't think I'd want their cucumbers anyway.
No, I mean, I don't even know what this hydroponic thing, I mean, I understand it's a new system, way of growing things, but I'm not so sure it's organic. I'm not so sure it's organic, or I'm not sure what all they're doing there. I'm not trying to throw anybody under a bus, but I'm just saying, you certainly want to, look, if you can have your own little garden or something where you got some good seeds, it's not GMO, then it's the best of the best. But
yes,
at least go shopping in the store. There's usually a small organic section in the store. Find potatoes or find lettuce, or find the stuff that, but most importantly, while you're doing that, keep the supplements to help supplement. That's what they're for, not to fix it, but to supplement it and to make you better. Ronnie, is that right? I mean, supplement.
Yeah, supplement's not your new engine. Supplement is a tool. And just like exercise on itself will not do anything, but it's a tool. And the more you do multiple things, the more your body comes into congruence. And when it comes into congruence, you're going to be healthy. And your mind, I can't stress enough the mind and how important the mind is to keep it positive. The mind is what's happening, because the mind helps the divine come in and do its work. It's hard. It's very hard when somebody gives you a gift and you slap it down. You need to receive. And many of us in this human world are really not good in receiving. So we need to receive, and the divine has something to give to you in health, and you just need to believe it. Don't say, oh, geez, Joe got healed, but I'll never get healed. It won't happen to me. I'm just Charlie Brown. I just got a rock. You want to think differently. And the more you think differently and you start connecting with the divine, you start connecting with God, next thing you know, things are going to start popping. And you're going to start going, I don't really want to eat this food, and I don't really want to do this. And all of a sudden think, let's take a walk tonight. What do you think? And just little by little, I call it baby steps.
It really is. And folks, even the Bible tells you that death and life are in the power of the tongue. Okay? So if you're confessing healing, confessing life, confessing the power of God's love in your life and how he wants to make you whole, you have a whole lot better chance of receiving that healing. And I even say this, drink your tea in Jesus' name, okay? In other words, do it. Just do it. But as you're doing it, know that God wants you to have the better ingredients. I remember the guy used to do the pizza thing, better pizza, better ingredients, better pizza. Look, here's the bottom line. I don't know if he did or not, but I'll say this. God wants you to have the better ingredients. He wants you to have a moderation. He wants you to have the things that help you. No doubt about that. And Ronnie's got these things available for you. Go to getthet.com. That's www.getthet.com. Or again, call Ronnie at 928-308-0408 and find out about this. Ronnie, so you've got the special for us. You threw the extra bonus in there. We're $65. If we spend $65 at your store within the next 2 weeks, you got 2 weeks, you will throw in olive leaf. There's 60 capsules in this, folks. I think you take one a day. Take one a day. It's about 2 months worth, right?
Right.
And then Ronnie will also pick up the tab on the shipping for you. So there's no reason you can't get a couple bags of tea. Let him send the olive leaf your way. Maybe see something else in there you need. Throw that in and get ahead of this thing, because I hope they don't tighten up the supply chain. But I'm hearing it's not good, Ronnie.
Well, that's with everything. This is why we're heading towards a collapse. So they're controlling everything. They're manipulating everything. All the negative words that we can call, that's what they're doing. But and I'm going to just real quickly say this. I know we got to go. But, everybody is looking to a superhero. If you notice, superheroes are at a prime in the movie house right now. You got Batman, you got Spider-Man, you got, Captain America, Wonder Woman. We can go on. All of these superheroes. What is that saying, that these box office hits with superheroes? What is that really telling us? It's saying we need help. We're wanting somebody to help us. We're wanting somebody to protect us. Well, that's what the Christ is, for goodness sake. So why don't we embrace the Christ force and get into the reality that is our superhero? And when we connect with that, we become a superhero. So we are all the children of God, but we have to believe it, and we have to put our mind into it. We can't it's not separatism, it's one. God's in our heart. So we need to understand that there's power in that. And if we understand the power of the brain and the power that God has given us, and we go into that placebo effect, your body's going to start healing.
Amen. The Christ force. I like that. The Christ force. Oh, that's good. All right. I can use that on Sunday.
There you go. It's free.
Free sermon title. All right, Ronnie, I appreciate it. And and keep enjoying it. Keep doing what you're doing, and keep sending a good message out there to get people healthy and get them live a better life. Right? We need
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The latest in groundbreaking events from Paul Begley Prophecy Ministries is on its way. August 6th and 7th, Aliens, Angels, and Demons, the webinar. Featuring a lineup of experts and theologians to explain world events and prophecy, including Paul Begley, William Henry, L.A. Marzulli, Steve Quayle, Laura Eisenhower, Rex Bear, and more. Tickets are available now at paulbegleyprophecy.com.